Good morning, boys and girls. This morning we're going to be looking at odd and even numbers. And as we look at these numbers that are circled, we realize that we are skip counting by 2. So let us skip count by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100, 102, 104, 106, 108, 110, 112, 114, 116, 118, 120. And if we had the space, we could go on. Every other number, when you start from 2, you get what is called an even number. Why are they called even numbers? They are called even numbers because they can be break apart into 2 equal groups with none left over. So when you break apart 2, you're going to get 1 plus 1. Nothing is left over. Both groups have 1 each. Break apart 4, you're getting 2 in one group and 2 in the other group with none left over. The same thing for 6 and 8 and 10, and if you continue like that. Now, the other numbers, when you break them apart, you're into 2 equal groups. You're going to get 1 left over. So if you break apart 3 into 2 equal groups, or 5, or 7, or 9, let's get back to 5. If you break it apart into 2 equal groups, you're going to get 2 in one side, 2 in the other, and 1 extra left over. So boys and girls, these even numbers, we can call them doubles. So when you have 2 groups with equal number of elements or members in the set, we say that those are doubles. If you think about the odd numbers, you could say that's double plus 1. Because when you have 5, you get 2 plus 2, that gives you 4 plus 1. So double 2 plus 1. So the even numbers, we could say they are doubles because you can separate them into 2 equal groups. But the odd numbers, we can say that they are doubles plus 1 because when you break them apart into 2 equal groups, you have 1 left over. All right, boys and girls, another thing I would like you to realize is that if you should add 2 odd numbers together, you're going to get an even number. So 3 plus 5 will give you 8. 3 plus 5 will give you 8. Can you break apart 8 into 2 equal groups? Yes, you can. 4 plus 4 equal 8, and you have none left over. Let's go to a bigger number. Let's look at the number 26. 26 is an even number, but it is made up of 2 odd numbers. 13 is an odd number, but 13 plus 13 give you 26. So 13 plus another odd number 13 is going to give you 26. So when you add 2 odd numbers together, you get an even number. So remember, boys and girls, even numbers, when you break them apart into 2 equal groups, they have the same amount of members or the same amount of items in those two sets. Odd numbers, when you break them apart into two equal groups, you're going to have one left over. So think of it as even numbers, double plus double. Odd numbers, double plus double plus one, double plus one. All right, so let's look in our book at the examples that we have here. Hope you can see. Let's look here. You have 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. When you break apart 8 into twos, you have equal number of socks. None is left over. Let's move down to the shoes or the sneakers. You have 2, 4, 6, 7. When you break it into equal groups, what are you getting? You get one left over. You have 3 equal groups and 1 left over. All right, let's go on the other side. Now you have 3 equal groups of 2's. So those are even number. Go across here. You have 5. There is 1 left over. So 5 is odd. Go back here to 6. There is none left over. So 6 is even. Let's go down the bottom. We have 6 again. Each group has the same number. So 6 is even. Go across here. Are you seeing 2 equal groups? No. One has 3, one has 2. So that's 5. So 5 is odd. We go over to the next page. And you're seeing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. What do you notice about 15? You cannot break apart into groups without having any left over. 1 is left over. So what did we say about odd numbers again? When you break them apart into equal groups, you have 1 left over. If you look at the bottom, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, you can break those apart into equal groups and you have none left over. So that's even. The same thing with the balls. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. None is left over, so that is even. Go down to the lions. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So you have 1 left over, so that is odd. So let's talk about what we are seeing here without pictures now. It says write a double's fact for 8. 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. What do you call that? Odd or even? That's an even number. Write a doubles plus 1 fact for 9. 4 plus 4, that's the double, plus 1 equal 9. Write these doubles or doubles plus 1 facts. You have 10. That's even. 5 plus 5 equals 10. That is what? Even. 6 plus 6 equal 12. That's even because none is left over. Let's go across to this one. 3 plus 3 plus 1 equals 7. 7 is odd because you have 1 left over. 7 plus 7 plus 1 equals 15. 15 is odd because you have 1 left over. So boys and girls, let's look at these two dice. Let's spin, roll some dice a little. Put these together. Let's count them. We have 2, 4, 6. Odd or even. You can break them apart into groups of 2's without any left over. So that is what? Even numbers. Let's roll again. What are we seeing here? We are seeing doubles. So you have 5 plus 5. That gives you a double, none left over, so that's even numbers. Let's try another. Now this one we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Look at it very carefully. Can you break those apart in equal groups of 2s? You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1 would be left over. So that's a what? Odd or even? That's an odd number. Even if you break it apart into 3s, you would have the same thing. 3 and 3 and 3. You'd have 2 left over. All right, let's go to this one, another one. Here we have 3 and 2, 5. Break it apart into 2s. You have 2 and 2, 4. 1 left over. So that would be odd. Here we have what? 6. Break that apart. You would have 2. Another group would have 2. And another one would have 2. And it would be left over? No. Looking at it like this, you see 5 there and 1 left over. Some of you are going to say, oh, that's 1 left over, Miss Forbes. But remember, we are putting them into equal groups. So you could get 3 equal groups of 2s, and you could get 2 equal groups of 3s. What do we have here? 2, 4, 6, and 1, 7. Break that apart. You have 3 equal groups of 2s or 2 equal groups of 3s, 1 left over. So that's what? Odd. Now, boys and girls, you can do the work in your Google Classroom or in your packet.